After Alfred shared news about the closing of the last trishaw operator, I was moved to make this video about rickshaw pullers in Singapore. But let's first visit China. No, not to Shanghai, where rickshaws were made, but to Fujian province, where rickshaw-men were born. In the last video, we talked about Minnan folks from both Guangdong and Fujian provinces coming to Singapore. Well, the Chaoshan people were farmers in Singapore. They didn't pull rickshaws. Singapore's rickshaw men were all from Fujian province. There are 3 Minnan-speaking prefectures in the province: Jiangzhou Prefecture, Xiamen Prefecture, and Quanzhou Prefecture. Their dialects are collectively known as Fulao or Hokklo in Minnan. The Hakka and Cantonese folks translated it to Hokklo or Xuelao in Mandarin. Some rickshaw-men in the Strait settlements were from Hui'an County, Quanzhou Prefecture. There was also another group of pullers from Butian Prefecture, which is roughly in the middle of Fujian's coast. During the Song Dynasty, the Xinhua army was stationed at Butian and Xianyu counties. These 2 counties were ceded from Quanzhou Prefecture and placed under military command. The army remained for hundreds of years until the Qing Dynasty closed the garrison. Xinhua is pronounced as Henghua in Butianese. As a garrison community, and for such a long time, the civilian population speaks Puxianhua, a hybrid language of the Quanzhou dialect and the military language. Xianyu County is today merged into Butian, so the language is also known as the Butian language. Yet other rickshaw pullers were from Fuzhou Prefecture. They spoke Mintong or Eastern Min. In reminiscing about his childhood in Perak, Ong Bun Hua said he spoke mostly Hokkien when he was young, but he spoke the Xiamen or Amoy dialect with his mother. Here, Hokkien means Mintong, not Minnan. Sitiawan and the areas surrounding it were home to Fuchonese-speaking Chinese. Many were Methodists, and Ong grew up as a choir boy in his hometown. He went on to fight for the Malayan people's anti-Japanese army during the Second World War. He was the liaison officer between the Chinese resistance and the British military in Southeast Asia. In the jungle, Ong went by an assumed name. All his comrades spoke Mandarin, so he was known as Chen Ping to Force 136, the British Special Operations in Malaya. A few years after the war, he became public enemy number 1, making it to the front page of the Straits Times in 1951. As reported by the Singapore newspaper, he was a wanted man with a reward of $250,000 for information leading to his capture. Underneath the headline was a large mugshot, captioned, "This is Jinping," and from there the Hakka name stuck. For years afterward, the Hak people, or Hakka, in Singapore carried identity cards that classified their dialect group as Kek. That's a Minnan word. It's tempting to infer a cause and effect connection, but I digress. Again, back to 19th century Singapore. Pulling rickshaws was pretty good money during the 19th and early 20th century, considering that the evil Inhalant Company, based in Bengal, just transferred control in 1867 of the Coolie town to the Circumlocution Office, based in London. In 1908, an experienced puller earned between $1.70 and $2 a day. That's more than the daily wage of an ordinary coolie, 50 cents, a laborer at the tin mines, 70 cents, and a coal coolie, not more than $1, each one earning more than RQ in China. The rickshaw-men were all from Fujian province, and they spoke the Minnan, Mintong, and Butian languages, and they divided Singapore into territorial monopolies. They kept to tightly defined areas, huddling together for company and protection by secret societies of their own community. The Fuzhou and Fuqing plied their trade in the district of Queen Street and Johor Road. Fuqing pullers also controlled Raffles Hotel, River Valley Road, and Tang Road Railway Station. The Butian claimed the length of Orchard Road, which is marked as Stamford Road on the 1898 map, and the areas around Europe Hotel, their territory. They were truly an army heritage. In 1919, they militantly confronted City Hall, calling for rickshaw fares to be doubled, and many were also engaged in rickshaw repairs, which might not be so different from gun carriage repairs. The full house turf lay around Beach Road Market and Telok Ayer Basin. They also clustered around Duxton Road, Duxton Hill, and Craig Road. By the way, you might have noticed that the map isn't oriented north. And as soon as you have done that, you'll find that rickshaw-men in Singapore carved their territories pretty much like prefectures in Fujian province. Minton pullers were at the eastern end of the town, Butian in the middle, and the Menan mostly in the south.